and to talk about what's been an incredibly satisfying and successful phase for men's badminton in India. We're joined by Kidambi Srikanth and HS Pranoy. They join us from Sydney, and of course India's national coach Pullela Gopichand. Thank you so much for joining us. Gopi, I want to start by asking you, is this the best time we've seen for men's badminton in India for a long time?
Well, definitely. I think we have many players and all of them performing well at the highest level. So you can surely say that this is at least the best few weeks we've had for Indian badminton ever.
Srikanth, you are in the quarterfinals in Australia. On Sunday, you won a title in Indonesia, and really that was your first title in a very, very long time. And then again, tomorrow, of course, you're meeting your friend Praneeth in the quarters. Is this the most incredible time you think as well for badminton, men's badminton in India?
Definitely, yes. Like even in the past, we actually had these kinds of situations where me, Kashyap, both of us playing really well, but now we actually have three. So it's really a good thing. Getting to top 15 is tough, but holding it there or going, breaking the top 10, top 8 is much more tougher than what it is now.
Srikanth, last year at the Olympics, you fought like a tiger in that quarterfinal against Lindan. And then, of course, there was that phase when nobody really heard much of you. Was it a phase when you went into a shell? And how did you pull yourself out of it?
I think I actually, I was out of badminton for about 3.5 months, which was actually the highest, like the longest period I've ever been out of badminton. And I was really, sad, disappointed. But then I actually know that, if I actually, train hard again, I have the chance of getting back, getting back to the winning days. But I didn't really want to push too much from the day one. So that's the reason I actually took that extra 1.5 months. I didn't really push too much. I started off really slow. I didn't want to, get injured again.
Now, the heartening thing, perhaps, in all these wins is the fact that all of them have come against big players. I'm going to go across to HS Pranoy now. You beat Chen Long and Lee Chong Wei on consecutive days last week in Indonesia. That is something pretty incredible.
Frankly speaking, it was not really expected. And 2 wins on 2 days and consecutive days was pretty shocking for me. But I just felt I was playing one of the best badminton on probably the last 1 week, and especially with Lee Chong Wei, I just felt I was a little more confident against Lee Chong Wei, and probably was had a couple of ideas before going into the match, saying I need to play like this and need to be aggressive against him, because I've always played a passive game against Lee Chong Wei, saying that he's Lee Chong Wei and we need to give a lot of respect. So I think that really didn't work out the last 3 times. So I think I remember when last time when we were having a small conversation, me, Kashyap, and a couple of them in the men's single, we were just telling the next time when Lee Chong Wei comes, we need to be very aggressive. We probably give a lot of respect to him and play, and that's where he beats us very easily. So we just say, anyways he's going to beat us easily, so why not be aggressive and try.
Back to you, Gopi. Do you think we are at a stage where India can be called a badminton powerhouse, or is it still too early?
I would still be cautious. I think these are big words to say early on. I would say when our players perform well over a year, 2 years, then we have team championships, which we are getting into the medal brackets. I think that's when we can say that. Having said that, I think to beat 4-1 Indonesia in a mixed team championship was something phenomenal, which we have never done. So we are showing signs of greatness, but I don't think we can still call ourselves a powerhouse. It just will take a little more time before we can say those words.
Pranoy, you, Shrikant, Praneeth, all of you have honed your skills under Gopi at that academy in Hyderabad. But the success that we saw of the girls before this, of Saina and then Sindhu, given that all of you were a part of that same setup for a very long time, at times did you feel that, listen, these girls are walking away with all the medals and trophies, now it's time for us to step up as well?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the way Saina and Sindhu had performed since last, you say 6 years or 5 years, it's been incredibly well because of them the sport has actually evolved and has been so much of popularity because of them, because of their Olympic medals and the tournaments which they go on to win pretty consistently and to keep up the world ranking high in their top 5 as always. So that's always a inspiration for the youngsters to say, like, if they can do it, then why not us? So I think that has actually helped all of us, because when they were in the peak, when they were when Saina started winning tournaments, we all were 18, 19 or probably 19, 20, and that was a time when you need to be really inspired by someone, and I think Saina did at that point, and probably since last year Sindhu has been doing exceptionally well. So I think that has actually got us a lot of energy in training, saying that if they can do it, then why not?
Gopi, as coach and someone who follows world badminton as closely as you do, and without any bias, would you say Shrikant is one of the best all-round players on the circuit right now, and do you see him as a future world #1?
Well, I think I hope so, because I would still want a big title, an Olympic medal, a World Championship medal, or an All England, to actually say that we kind of have somebody at the real top. That's what I would really want to see. But having said that, I think they're all in the age group of 23, 24. That's a great age to be in. You have talent, you have the results behind you. And yes, in a way, Shrikant's victory, if you look at, has been a lot of contribution from Pranoy as well, because Pranoy cleared the way, beating these two top guys out in the initial rounds, and that was what was important, because in a way, although it's Shrikant's win, I would look at it as Team India winning, because I think Pranoy cleared the way for Shrikant to win the finals easily. So I think overall it's good, and it's great that we have these numbers, because each one's confidence actually rubs on the others, and it's good to have many players at the top.
So Shrikant, plenty of people and players actually on the circuit think that you are a future world #1. Personally, what are your views? Is that something which is an aim or a goal for you?
Like, that's good to hear from so many top players, but I'm not thinking too much about the rankings now. I'm really focused on performing consistently. That's it.
So let me put that question to your friend then. Do you think an Indian, Pranoy, can become a world #1 in men's badminton in singles?
Why not? I mean, that's not a genuine question, I guess, but I just literally feel it's not far away. You can probably count on it for next couple of years, 1 or 2 years, and you can see someone on that world #1 again.
Okay, before we wrap this up and what's really been a successful week and phase for Indian badminton, Gopi, I'd like to ask you, do you think badminton is of course catching up? It can become India's #1 sport?
Well, I think it would be a bold statement to say that it has the potential to be the #1 sport in the country, is what I would believe.
All right, thank you so much, all three of you, for joining us, and good luck, Shrikant, to you for what is left of the Australian Open and, of course, the other upcoming tournaments. Thank you so much for talking to us.